Now, I'm gonna be here for a couple of weeks, so in this exact area. Hey, all, sorry if it's a little dark right here. I'm going to take you on an adventure. I'm in Forbes Town, you know, BGC, but it's this little area called Forbes Town, and I totally love it. I'm gonna make a short story long here. I've been in the Philippines for already over a week, and I've taken tons of video, and I have lots to share with everybody. But I just wasn't feeling it, you know. I didn't feel like I want to make a video about this. And you know, I went to the airport, and there's a hotel area out near the airport. Hello. And it was cool. I liked it. And then I went to, oh, by the way, if you want lots of coverage of Philippines, I'm in BCG now. Been making tons of videos about that, Mall of Asia, and how to get around the airport, things like that. And then I'm going to Iloilo, and I'm also going to, and I'm going to other places too. So just like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff. You know, so I had a great time in Mall of Asia. It was great. And then I show up in BGC, and honestly, I just didn't like it at all. It's just the honest truth. I just didn't like it. It was just too sterile, and it seemed like there's just this, you know, I was talking to a Filipino about it, and she just said it was soulless, and I would say it's a dead eye stare. That's what I call it. And she explained it that a lot of Filipinos, well, they work here, so they come in and they make very little money, and they can't afford anything here, so it just hurts them, you know. And that's an explanation, but it really just feels like a lot of unhappiness and a lot of people just staring straight ahead and doing their thing and not really acknowledging other people. And really that's the opposite of the reason I came to the Philippines. So in the other places I was at, even from the airport and the Mall of Asia, you know, I was making friends. Everybody was so nice. It was kind of unreal. And I was like, wow, I'm in the Philippines. This is great. And then I get to BGC. My first stop was in Uptown. I stayed at the Park Suites, you know, kind of the area where Zane Travel loves to stay. And it's just kind of an uptight feeling, you know, not very fun. I'd definitely say it's a good spot for maybe more mature people who don't really care about trying to meet other people and have friends and, you know, be in that like very friendly Filipino atmosphere. It's great. And then if you're a bit younger and you want maybe more clubby or bars and stuff like that, yeah, come down to High Street. Oh my God. This is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my gosh, what a cute dog. How adorable are you? Oh my gosh. Very nice. But I hadn't found Forbes Town yet, which is, you know, it's kind of on the Makati side of BGC. I had seen it in videos, but I didn't know where it was. And you know, you watch Brian the Lion, you see his videos are almost always just right up the street, which is where the screens are, which is that big human is or whatever in the eye. I don't know. It's High Street, right? So he's always over there on High Street, almost always. And to me, it was a little bit younger, you know, and hip. Lots of beautiful people. But it just didn't feel like good to me. And I'm just giving you my personal opinion. I mean, I've traveled all over the world, between 40 and 100 countries. I'm not even sure how many. And I just know when I feel at home in a place and when I don't. And it didn't. But I moved over today to this area, Forbes Street, and it's just completely changed my feelings about BGC, at least to this point. Yeah, I mean, it's still really not the Philippines, or it doesn't have that, really homey, friendly Philippine vibe. But it is more alive. It feels a little bit more alive. People are happy. People are enjoying themselves. There's like lots of little bars and stuff. I don't know, it just feels good. So hopefully you've been traveling with me here and you can kind of see what I mean. It's alive, it's happening, it's going on, it's got stuff, it just feels, it's Valentine's Day, but I could tell already it was just going to be a different vibe here. And, if I just put out a good vibe and a happy vibe to some of the people here, they've responded very, very well, and I've made some friends here already, and it's been great. It's been great, I gotta say. So I'm just gonna walk you around a little bit, kind of show you what's going on here and why I say what I say, why I feel the way I feel. And music. Now, I'm going to be here for a couple of weeks, so in this exact area. So I'll be able to show you, a lot of these places, and we'll go into them, and we'll, check it out. And then I'll show you where it is in relation to the other things that you've seen on Philippines channels. I have seen quite a few of the YouTubers actually in this place before. Sometimes you think you know where everything's going to be, and then you get here and it's very different than what you see on people's channels. I've watched most, all the Zane Travel and all the Brian the Lions and all of these different channels, and again, the vibe of what's going on is quite different than it seems in those videos. And so a lot of times, like Brian, he'll mention that people call BGC a bubble, but you may not understand why they call it a bubble. It's not just because it's nice and beautiful and expensive and clean and no crime and things like that. It's not the only reasons. The people are different. It's not as, a lot of times when you go somewhere in the Philippines, right now I'm getting people who will wave and smile and whatever, but if you're in different places in the Philippines, everybody will want to talk to you and everybody will be smiling and enjoying themselves for the most part. And it's a little more reserved here. I guess I've got that pretty well said already. But just like anywhere else in the world, you get a couple of drinks in people and that whole thing changes completely. So I wouldn't worry too much about that, because that's the thing about this area. It has some of those kind of local bar feeling kind of places where that people will get a couple of drinks in them, they'll relax, they'll be themselves, and I think that's going to be pretty nice. Oh no, I missed it. Cute. Cute. Wow, that seriously though, I've seen the cutest dogs in this area too. If you are into cute dogs, it's definitely a good area to be. And just so you have a reference, right behind me, or right behind the camera, as you'll see over here, that is the museum. So if you are at, again, like those big screens on High Street that Brian is always talking about, if you are on the other side of the museum from that, that is Forbes Town. So I do highly suggest, no matter what, if you're in the BGC area and you're staying here, you want to come to this area. It's a great place to hang out. And if I'm still here when you're in the area, please hit me up, and love to meet up. I'll see you in the next one. Love you.